There, Megan, Sam, and Vivian. Their work is changing Detroit and is making a difference in the lives of all marginalized people. You are appreciated, loved, and seen. My name is Dee, pronouns they, them. I'm an intersectional activist and organizer, and I fight for the liberation of black queer folk and black mages. As you all may know, Texas has passed the Senate Bill 8 as of September 1st that limits a pregnant person's ability to have safe and affordable access to abortions past 6 weeks of pregnancy. This unfairly puts more Black, Latinx, and low-income pregnant persons at a disadvantage. They may not have access to go out of state to get the process completed. Black women are 4 times more likely to have an abortion than white women. They are targeted by anti-abortion groups, some religious organizations, and society as a whole for their decisions. None of these people take an account of what health disparities they face and why it's important for them to have access to abortion care. How many of us have died due to getting unsafe abortions? How many have complications from them? This is what's going to continue to happen, unfortunately. Roe is under attack and we cannot let this happen. Black women's maternal mortality rates are 3 to 4 times higher than white women. We have higher reproductive health issues and biases in medicine, leaving us to have negative experiences with medical care. This isn't just a thing that just occurred over the last few generations. The black maternal mortality rate was even high during slavery. Most of the tools used today in reproductive care was first used during inhumane experience on enslaved women's bodies. They were used until they ultimately died or was cured. We cannot forget the women who endured these cruel experiments, enslaved women named Lucy, Anarcha, and Betsy. These women were tortured in the name of science and were treated as if they felt no pain. It is important to remember during the fight for reproductive justice the name of black women who have died in the name of science, and they also deserve justice as well. We cannot forget Henrietta Lacks, a black woman in 1951 who was experiencing vaginal bleeding and doctors found a tumor on her cervix. During treatment, doctors at Johns Hopkins used her cells as a break in scientific and medical history without her consent. They were and still are being used in studies for various cancers, vaccines, and other health issues worldwide. Unfortunately, she passed at the age of 31 of cervical cancer. Her cells are still being used to this day without the consent of her family. Fast forward to today, with black women dying in childbirth at astronomical rates, women like Kiera Dixon Johnson, 39, died April 13, 2016 after bleeding internally for more than 10 hours after a routine C-section. Or 36-year-old Shalyn Irving, who died January 28, 2017, 3 weeks after giving birth to her daughter Solel. She was an epidemiologist at the CDC who researched structural inequalities how they affected health outcomes. Or Amber Rose Isaac, 26, died on April 1st, 2020 after an emergency C-section. She had just tweeted on April 17th about her negative experiences at Montefiore Medical Center in the Bronx. Sadly, the list continues to grow. How can we combat this and prevent more deaths? We can start by passing the Black Maternal Health Omnibus Act. This bill targets racial biases in medicine, provides access to clean, safe, and affordable reproductive care, creates programs that will help with housing, transportation, and other socioeconomic issues, creates programs to combat mental health, aftercare, and other issues moms may face after childbirth, and much, much more. Call your local lawmakers after this march and demand that this bill be passed.